What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and today we are going to talk about that good old summer house and all of the foolishness that is currently going on up in that house. Okay, so today we're going to talk about episode 4 and 5. And in episode 5, I'm really ready to get to that because me being a person of color, if y'all watch the show, I am so on the opposite end of the spectrum of where Maya and Sierra were coming from for this specific situation. So we're going to talk about it. Let's get it going. All right, y'all. So in episode 4, it starts off with Paige and Craig talking about whether he was messing with that good old Kristen Cavallari. Okay, I know in my last episode, last review, I thought it was Kristen from Vanderpump Rules, but it's not, y'all. It's not. It's Kristen Cavallari. Apparently they've been seen in photos online, and people didn't know whether she was messing with Craig or Austin. And come to find out, she was messing with that good old Craig Conover. Okay. So he says he didn't, that Paige didn't want to be exclusive. So he's doing him. Like, he's doing what he want to do. She doing what she want to do. She messing with Andrea. He messing with Kristen Cavallari. And she happens to be a very beautiful woman. So I think that kind of makes Paige a little bit jealous. So both of them are still confused and don't know what the heck they want to do. Okay. So she ends up sleeping in Craig's bed that night. So that lets you know how upset she was about him messing with Kristen. I feel like Paige was just like, oh, so he just pulls attractive women. I'm not like an anomaly. Okay, so I better step my game up with this guy because he ain't messing with no slouches. Okay. So Alex is on the phone with his dad, which, girl, y'all, I didn't call him Adam last time. He's so quiet. I don't even know what's going on. Him and Maya, I don't even remember that they in the daggone house because they don't participate enough for me. And we're going to talk about that when we get to episode 5. But anyway, he on the phone with his dad. His dad lives in Switzerland. Apparently he left when he was 11, and they've been kind of like he's been phone parenting for quite some time. They FaceTime a lot. Their parents got divorced, so his dad parents from long distance, apparently. Robert ends up leaving the house, and Danielle is happy he actually came to celebrate their anniversary. So now she can stop bitching at him about not spending enough time with her at the summer house, okay? So then Lindsay goes to speak with Carl, and she talks to him about Craig and his behavior last night, where he was like basically going off on her like some diva and just like clapping back and coming for her. And Lindsay was just like, I ain't here for the Craig diva situation, okay? You were messing with the girl. All I did was bring it up and tell you that you need to tell Paige about that, and that's that and on that. Like, don't come for me unless I send for your ass, and I didn't send for you, Mr. Craig, okay? And that's basically what Lindsay was thinking. So she's talking to Carl about it, and Carl is just like, whatever. Just let them deal with their issues on their own. Do you, and just move on, okay? So they all end up going to the pool, and, I'm sorry, also in that situation, she asked him about Sierra. And Carl says he isn't going there with Sierra because he knows that she still likes Austin. And he isn't trying to be in some type of love triangle with them too. Because honestly, I don't even think Carl likes Sierra enough for him to be caught up in some rapture of love between him, and Austin. Like, he's not even about to be doing all of that to be fighting for her. So he like, I don't even really like her like that. It's just really like I was going to try because she here. But I'll pass. So then they all go to the pool somewhere, and Lindsay meets some 38-year-old guy named Chris. So she over there just living her best life, talking to dudes and whatnot and flirting. Andrea is flirting with Paige, pouring alcohol down her throat. And Craig kisses Lindsay on the cheek and says he's sorry for yelling at her and he didn't mean to make her mad. Then he walks away and talks to Kyle and says she's mad at so Lindsay walks away and talks to Kyle and says she's mad at Craig because it's not her fault. He is messing with 2 girls. Here's my thing. Craig, you can't just go over to this girl and apologize, kiss her on the cheek, and think that's okay. Lindsay, if you're upset with Craig, you need to have a conversation with him, because if that's your friend, you need to express yourself and tell him how you feel. Because at the end of the day, y'all women, Y'all got to stop this stuff where you think men are supposed to read your mind or men are supposed to just automatically know what to do. No, you need to have a conversation with them. If I haven't learned that over my 36 years of life, that a man ain't going to read your goddamn mind. Okay. If you are upset, you need to talk to them about the upsetness. Okay. And you need to explain to them what's going on, because these fools, while some situations they should know what the hell they need to read the damn room, they don't know all the time. So Lindsay is like acting like Craig should just know that he effed up. Here's the thing. He came over there and kissed you on the cheek and acted like everything was good in the hood. It's not on your end. So you need to have a conversation with him and tell him that. So moving right along, everyone goes back to the house and Luke calls Danielle on the phone, FaceTime, letting them know, listen, I'm about to pop up on y'all. I'm coming. So he lets them know he's coming. Maya is in the kitchen cooking and Craig and Amanda are helping. Sierra comes in Lindsay's room to ask her to talk, and she asks her about Austin and if they're still dating or sleeping together. And Lindsay is basically like, we are doing exactly what you see us doing, which is nothing. Okay. So basically she lets her know her and Austin she ain't tripping off of Austin. She's trying to date other people. She's really trying to expand her horizons as far as dating. And she ain't checking for Austin basically. So my thing is, Sierra, if you are so trying to get to know Carl, why are you worrying about Austin? Like, you seems to me that you need to explore those waters of whatever. You need to figure out what you want to do with Austin before you keep trying to move on with somebody else, because now you trying to get somebody else caught up in your foolishness. I just feel like Sierra is doing whatever she can to stay on this daggone show. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion. So Craig talks to Amanda and asks how she feels about him and Paige. And she tells him he needs to be honest because he embarrassed her with him going back and forth between her and Kristen. And as they're talking, Andrea is putting Paige on her bed and kissing her. I'm like, oh, Lord, not while he in the next room, girl. Okay. So everyone sits at the table to eat dinner and that Maya cooked. And part of the group goes outside to get in the hot tub after. And Lindsay and Danielle go out. Maya and Carl are in the room chatting. So Maya kind of is chatting to Carl about how she's really more of a homebody. She really don't really like to go out and stuff. And I'm like, well, girl, why the hell are you on this show? Did you think this was summer house, meaning stay in the house all summer? Because that's what it looked like you've been doing. I don't understand why you're here. You're not entertaining. You're not trying to really hang out with anybody. All I see you doing is hanging out with Paige and Sierra, and that's it. You're not really working to get to know other people. Again, why are you on this show? I don't get it. I feel like you just got on this show because you wanted to get out of your ex's shadow and try to be seen. But you ain't doing shit to be seen. You stay secluded the whole time. So maybe star, craze is not for you. You need to just be a homebody and bake cookies and cater and do that. Be behind the scenes. Do that. Because being on TV, reality TV, is not your forte, Miss Ma'am. And that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So everyone ends up going to bed. Paige sleeps in Craig's bed again, and everyone packs up in the AM and goes back home. Carl is at a brewery with everyone tasting a new flavor, and Maya is shown baking, which is her passion, which she hopes to be. She wants this to be her full-time job eventually. So they're kind of like showing them in their home element and things that they're doing. So Paige talks to her mom and they discuss Craig and Andrea. The mom clearly likes Andrea and she calls him her Italian friend. But the mom also, like, Paige expresses that she didn't really like how Craig is out here sowing his royal oats or whatever. But the mom is like, but ain't you doing the same thing? You over here dating Craig, Andrea, and flirting with him. So y'all basically doing the same thing. But I like how Paige is like, you know what? Even though I like Craig, I can't condemn him for talking to other women because I'm over here flirting and doing what I want to do because we both are single. So I'm not going to hold him on the sword for that. So Andrea is shown modeling. Everyone travels back to the Hamptons for the weekend and they'll be celebrating Amanda's 90s themed 30th birthday party. So Craig isn't here this time. So it's just Andrea and Paige left to their own devices to be flirting because Craig went back to the Southern to charm the peoples. Okay. So they get set for Amanda's party. Lindsay tells Maya and Danielle she didn't end up going to Mexico with the guy she said she was going with. I guess it was the Chris guy that she met the 38-year-old at the pool party. I'm like, child, you about to go out the country with somebody you don't know. Girl, that ain't, human trafficking is real. Don't do that. And you young and well, you're not young anymore. I don't know if mid-30s is still considered young. I don't know. I'm in my mid-30s. I don't know if I'm still young. But anyway, you still a beautiful woman going out of the country with another man that you don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. So Andrea walks in and sees Paige and jumps on her. And Amanda wants Kyle to make her B-Day special because she always makes his birthday special for him, but she feels like he doesn't reciprocate the process. And here's one thing that I learned in marriage counseling. Okay, because I'm married. I've been married. It'll be 9 years in October. Okay. You can't do for them what you want them to do for you and get mad when they don't do it. Okay. Because a lot of times the stuff that you're doing for them because you want it, they don't want it in the first place. So what makes you think that Kyle wants extravagant birthday parties? If that's what you want, you need to tell him that, because clearly Kyle only functions off of lists and things that are tangible that he can see. He's not a think outside the box type of person where it comes to relationships only with his business. Okay. And that doesn't make it okay, because he actually needs to learn her love language and do the things that she likes. She shouldn't have to be doing the stuff for him that she likes to show him that this is what she wants. If he knows that she likes surprises and she likes nice birthday gifts, well, goddamn it, surprise her and buy her nice presents for her birthday, because you love her and you know that that's what makes her happy. I don't understand these men that know exactly what a woman wants, but you don't do it. I think it's stupid. Like you shooting yourself in the foot here too, especially if she's telling you that this is what she likes and then you still don't do it. But whatever. Homeboy ain't getting nothing for her daggone birthday. They scrambling around and randomly bought a trip to the Bahamas to take her for her birthday. But this fool don't even have an updated passport. He's like, well, with COVID and everything, I never got my passport renewed. I'm like, oh my God, Kyle. Like, what in the world? Okay, so everybody gives her gifts at this 90s birthday party. Luke shows up. He gives her a charity gift to this dog foundation that she really likes, because clearly Amanda wants a dog. Like, I got that from her getting so excited from Luke giving her that. Then Lindsay gave her a pogo stick. Kyle ain't even do that. I'm like, wow, okay. So anyway, they are all in the euphoria of it all, and Sierra ends up kissing Alex. Lindsay talks to Paige about a guy she met that makes her laugh. Then they talk about Kyle not getting Amanda anything for her birthday. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Throat getting caught. It's all the talking, if you will. So anyway, do I have some comments on here? Thank you for your comment, H2O Savior. So Lindsay and Danielle leave after she talks to Paige. And excuse me, y'all. Paige is like telling Lindsay, what's going on with all these people that you dating? I can't even keep up, right? So then, oh, my throat. Sorry, y'all. Okay, we are live. All right. Lindsay and Danielle leave because Lindsay is meeting some guy so she can go get laid. Okay. So Maya asked if she could go, and Lindsay is like, no, I can only take one person. So Maya feeling butthurt over it, and she goes in her room feeling sad. So Maya, Paige, and Sierra go in Amanda's room, and she's crying because she felt like her party was forced because everyone wants to go out. Paige runs down the hallway, runs into Andrea. She ends up in his room kissing him. That's the end of episode 4. Now, with the whole situation with Amanda's birthday, like, I feel like she's having a woe is me complex right now. Like everything is about her. Okay. Which I get it. It's your birthday. You turning 30. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Okay. But at the end of the day, you are like questioning everything Kyle does when he affords you a lifestyle to do whatever you want to do, basically. So you questioning him not giving you rainbows and unicorns for your birthday, I get it. He should have done something special for her birthday. Hell, he done brought you on a nationally syndicated TV show and gave you an extra paycheck too. But however, I digress. He still should have done something for her 30th birthday. And we learn in episode 5 that apparently Kyle's family, like, they don't give each other gifts. So he's not used to that. However, again, if that's your girl's love language and this is supposed to be your wife soon, you need to do whatever it takes to make her happy and feel special on her birthday, especially if that's what she really wants. So let's get into episode 5, the birthday hex, okay? So Andrea brings Paige downstairs on his back. Kyle and Alex are outside sitting by the fire that Luke made, okay? Maya is mad Lindsay didn't want her to come with her and Danielle to the bar. Again, Maya, y'all are not cool like that. You don't even go hang out with them that much for them to know you. Like, what if they were going out there doing something raunchy that they don't want nobody to know about? Danielle is Lindsay's best friend. So if Lindsay out here doing something ratchet, she can do ratchet shit in front of her friend, but she ain't gonna be doing that shit in front of you because she don't fucking know you. So I'm not about to be showing myself in front of you for you to go back and tell everybody my business. Maybe I'm going out here to slut it up, and I don't want you to be around to have any evidence of me doing these things, okay? So get out of your feelings, girl. It's not about you. It's just this wasn't the night for you to hang, okay? And that's that on that. So the guys leave the room. Paige says Andrea puts her in a pickle. So Alex and Andrea go in Paige and Sierra's room, and they're flirting with her, okay, with them. And Sierra admits she doesn't know whether she wants to move forward with Alex or not. So now she done put Alex in the mix. First, she was trying to mess with Carl. Now you want to talk to Alex, but you still loving on Austin or wanting Austin. You don't know what the hell you want to do at this point, Sierra. So just be single and don't attach yourself to anybody, okay? So the guys end up leaving the room. Paige says Andrea puts her in a pickle because she really does like Craig. So she's kind of like trying to make a choice between the two of them because she knows Andrea really wants to be in a relationship. So Sierra says, yeah, he's trying to give you that pickle, girl. Talking about Andrea. I was like, I thought that was hilarious. So Lindsay and Danielle come in from the club, and Lindsay gets a text from a guy named Matt she was talking to that said he just wants to be friends because he can't deal with her. Well, shocker. Lindsay, I'm so sorry, but you crazy. I don't you know what? I'm gonna give it to Lindsay. She has changed. And y'all, shout out to Morgan State. I am a Bear forever, Bear Pride. Okay, they played the Howard Bison last night in basketball. Go Morgan, go Bears. Okay. So moving right along. Lindsay is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? Like in past seasons, she has a lot of very huge trust issues, very bad abandonment issues, okay? And that just really makes her unattractive a lot of times. And I just feel like until she deals with that, I don't know if she's going to be able to be healthy in a relationship because she feels like guys are supposed to just do whatever she wants them to do. And it's supposed to just happen like that. But she could be annoying and be lackluster on her end. And they should be okay with that. Because, you know, this is just me. I can't stand a this is just how I am type of person. That's not how it works in relationships. You have to be willing to bend and try to work with the other person because at the end of the day, y'all have to make each other happy. It can't just be one person getting their way all the time. And that's that. That's silly. And I feel like Lindsay is that type of person. I do see her trying to evolve, but I think that she's experiencing men that see her the way that she is, like this Matt character. And he's like, oh, whoa, you crazy. And I ain't got time for that. I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Like SpongeBob meme, go ahead and head out. This ain't for me. And so she feeling some type of way. And apparently the Matt guy is one of Danielle's friends because apparently Lindsay talks to a lot of Danielle's friends because she has a lot of guy friends. So anyway, moving right along, everyone is waking up for the day. Paige and Sierra apparently have a popular TikTok page, and they done some TikTok that's gone viral. And then they discuss Kyle not having a gift for Amanda. Maya comes in and gets into bed with them, and Andrea comes in with coffee for Paige and Sierra. And Maya looks like she got egg on her face, like, where's my coffee? Well, bitch, you are in Paige and Sierra's room. Why on earth would he bring you a coffee too? Riddle me this, Batman. Why? I didn't understand why she was upset. It's not like he left their room and then went to all the other women's rooms and gave them coffee and just didn't give her one. He was going into Paige and Sierra's room. Like, yeah, you're in there a lot, but you're not in there all the time. Like, it's their room. Don't make it personal. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like Maya. I think Maya is a very woe is me type of person. She's very boring. She don't need to be on this show. I would not be sad if she did not come back next season. I just think that she needs to go. She is very like Stepford wife-ish, you know. Go be somebody's wife and do you. Because being on a national TV show and being on reality TV, that's not your thing, baby girl. It's just not. And that's okay. That's okay. Because me being on national, I can talk about the shows all day, but that don't mean I want to be on one. There's a difference. Okay. So you need to go and do something that makes you comfortable, because this clearly isn't it. Especially if you getting butthurt over somebody not bringing you a damn coffee and you in somebody else's damn room. They brought the people that this is their room, the coffee. Like, what is going on in your head? I don't understand. Maya is canceled for me. I cannot with her. So anyway, then they discuss. So after Andrea leaves the room, he lets them know everyone's leaving for the beach soon before he leaves out. Sierra asks, is she going to tell Craig, asks Paige, is she going to tell Craig about Andrea? And she says, no. She says, Craig is doing him in South Carolina, so I'm doing what I want here. Okay, and that's that on that. So Andrea, Kyle, and Alex are at the pool, and he tells the guys he's really interested in trying to be in a relationship with Paige. But he just really doesn't know where she wants to go with it. You know, just 1 minute it's a Craig situation. Now they're by themselves. He said he's really going to take a chance and really go guns blazing for her because he really likes Paige and he wants to be with her. So Lindsay goes in the room to talk to Luke. She tells him about the Matt situation, Danielle's friend. And that, you know, she's been talking to a lot of different guys and a lot of Danielle's friends. And, you know, it's just really not working out well for her. She doesn't understand what's going on and why she's just really having this big old rut in relationships. And Luke was like, listen, he's just not the guy for you. Move on. And that's okay. At least he told you early on and you didn't sit up here and waste your time. So then Kyle brings Amanda flowers and into the room because today is Amanda's actual birthday, right? So he brings her flowers in there and she acts so unimpressed. I'm like, girl, you want him to do special things on your birthday, right? The man is trying. He comes in here and brings you flowers and you act like you don't give a damn. You're like, oh, they're so wet. Oh, but flowers die so fast. Like, it's such a waste of time. Like, she's just complaining. I'm like, bitch, you are so ungrateful. Like, Kyle, why are you marrying this? Whew, I don't get it. So anyway, she ungrateful. And then in her confessional, she says, you know, I just want to feel like he cares about me. You know, I just want him to do things that show he cares about me. Well, he did. He brought you the damn flowers and you don't care. What do you want from this man? I don't understand. He trying. And when he tries, and then in that moment, I would have respected her even more if she said, you know what, Kyle, I really appreciate you buying these flowers for me. And I know that you're trying, but for future reference, I really don't like flowers, babe. Like, don't buy me flowers anymore because they just die. And I just want something something tangible, like that I can keep forever, or like show me that you love me by doing XYZ. Sometimes you have to teach people in the beginning for them to learn and execute that behavior later on. Like, sometimes you just got to tell people. Now, if you tell him and he still don't do it, that's a problem. Should you have to tell him every birthday what you want? No, you shouldn't. But at the end of the day, if he clearly doesn't know, and like you said on y'all date, you've been letting him go for years without buying you gifts. So you've put up with this and he thinks that it's okay. So now all of a sudden you got a problem with it because you turning 30. How's he supposed to know that? That's just the stuff about women that I don't know. Maybe I'm programmed like a man in some situations. I just think that sometimes we can get a little bit too emotional about certain things. And you got to be logical with some stuff and not so emotional. You got to talk about it because at the end of the day, people can't read your mind. They can't read your mind. All right, next scene. Everybody gets ready for the beach to celebrate Amanda's B-Day. And on the beach, Kyle and Danielle have a conversation about him taking Amanda to dinner. And then she talks about her startup business and her fashion app. And she says that she feels like money is flying out the door, but it's not a lot of money coming in. And she focuses and puts a lot of her time into her business because she really wants it to be successful. And she just really hopes that it doesn't put her relationship at stake. But here's my thing, Danielle, you emotional too, because you sit up here and say that, oh, you know, I'm putting a lot of time into my business, but then you get mad when your boyfriend is trying to put time into his new job that he just got, and he's going to work. He's like the head chef at this brand new restaurant, and you're getting mad at him because he don't want to come up here, and he can't come up here and be hanging out in the summer house with you all summer. Make it make sense. So it's okay for you to put all of your eggs in one basket with your business and be focused on it, right? But he can't in turn be focused on what he's doing for his business and trying to make you happy at the same time. So you getting pissed over that. It's like these women on this show want these men to just do everything they want them to do that suits them. They're not thinking about the men and what they need. And I think that's the gap between a lot of women and men. You got to really focus on what your man needs too. So that's my soapbox for that situation. So anyway, moving right along, she says the app can make or break her. So hopefully her app goes well and she doesn't feel like she's continuing to lose money and she can finally start to make money. Because a lot of businesses do lose money in the beginning. I know it, and now I'm actually starting to see the upside of it. So it does turn around if you stay consistent. So moving right along, Maya asked Lindsay about how it was last night, and basically you're being sarcastic because you mad as hell that she didn't want you to come. So just get over yourself, Maya. Like, oh, please, just get out of here. I'm just so sick of Maya. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't even want to talk about her, but I got to. She on the show right now. So Lindsay says only her and Danielle's names were on a special list, and she kept trying to text the owner to see if she could get another person on the list, but unfortunately the owner wasn't answering, so she just took Danielle and they went out and had a good old time. She, basically letting her know it wasn't you. It wasn't because you wanted to come. It was just because I couldn't get anybody else to come. And then, Lindsay was like, yeah. And before she left, she's like, listen, I'm going out to get laid. I'm not trying to have you here cock blocking or whatever. So she tells her, Lindsay also tells Maya, you need to come out with us more. Like, you just need to get out more, talk to more people. Like, what is your stance on dating anyway? Do you want to date? And the fact that Lindsay asked her if she wants to date, that's a key indicator that you haven't been exhibiting any behavior of a person that wants to date, Maya, since you've been in this house. Because if you wanted to date, you would be out frolicking in the land of Galilee with the rest of everybody else that's on the damn show. You're not doing that. All I see you is in your bed looking at your phone and on your laptop working. That's not the signs of somebody that wants to date. That's a sign of somebody that's going to end up going back to Kwame when this episode is over. That's what it looked like to me. I'm just saying. So anyway, she, Lindsay convinces her that she does need to come out with them more because, she's met a lot of guys through Danielle alone, and Maya is always in the daggone room. So Alex told Maya, so Lindsay says, I gotta pee real bad. Her and Danielle have to go to the bathroom apparently, so they go in the damn ocean and relieve themselves. I'm like, oh, that is gross. Ain't no bathrooms over there. Okay, whatever, y'all. Whatever you gotta do, I guess. So as they leave, Maya asks, what happened with your, roommate or something like that. So I guess somebody, housemate. And he said, oh, we smashed. I'm like, oh, Alex out here smashing people? What is going on? You're barely on the camera and you having sex? Oh, Lord. So then in the next scene, Amanda and Paige go in the water to pee. And as Amanda is going in the water, she's telling Paige she hates her life. Why does she have to sleep with Kyle? And she hates her whole summer. I'm like, Amanda, Why are you marrying Kyle if you hate him and you don't want to sleep with him? What are you with him for then? Because it sounds like you making him just as miserable as he making you. Because he's tired of you being lazy, not having no direction. Then you want him to cater to you all freaking day while he's trying to make money to take care of y'all so you can do and buy whatever you want. Get out of here, girl. Like, you are something else. I don't understand. So Andrea comes over to talk to Sierra, and he calls Maya Lexi by accident. And she brings up, so she was like, Andrea, this is the second time you done came in the room earlier. You ain't had no coffee for me. Mind you, he came in somebody else's room that she was in and brought the people that it was their room some coffee, but she's still mad about that. And then he did call her somebody else's name, which I don't understand how he did that. But I think it's clear because nobody really knows Maya because she's not in the mix. I feel like she really came to this summer house to take a break for the summer, like to be in the room and get a couple nights of Z's. You didn't come here to be entertaining and do what it takes to be on a TV show. That's how I feel. And you haven't done enough to mingle with everybody else. So yeah, he probably fucked your name up because you ain't done nothing to be memorable. But that don't excuse it. But girl, bye Lexi, Maya, whatever. So then she walks off with Sierra and says she feels like she's out of place. She can't find her way with the group. And in her confessional, she talks about Carl understanding her the most because he would stay behind with her and she is more of a homebody and goes to bed early. Girl, go home. Just go home. Because that's what you need to do. You need to be at home in your bed, at your home, in your body. That's what you need to do. Because the summer house ain't the place to be. Let me tell you why Carl is in your room. Carl is recovering from being an alcoholic, okay? That's why Carl is there. Do you think that if Carl was confident in his ability to not get drunk with his friends, that he wouldn't be out there having a good time? You done lost your damn mind. You need to go back and watch the previous seasons of this show. This is not for you. It's not for you, Maya. This ain't for you. It ain't for the weak. Go home, Miss Homebody, in your body, okay? We don't need you here. So Sierra says she can identify with how Maya feels. She talks about growing up with all white people, and there was only one, and she was the only black girl, and they called her the other. Oh, so Maya talks about when she grew up with a lot of white people, and at her school was only one other black girl, and they used to call her the other black girl's name as if all black people look alike. And that's true. A lot of white people look at us like we all look alike, and that ain't right. It's damn sure not right. Now, I don't doubt that they both have experienced some issues that made them feel uncomfortable because of the color of their skin and not the contents of their character as they've been on this on this show. However, I don't think that what Maya is experiencing, in my opinion, as a woman of color, from what I see on the TV. Now, I don't see all of the footage, okay? I don't know what they dumped away and didn't show on the show. But from what I see as a woman of color, this isn't a color situation. This is a situation of you being out of place. This is a situation of you getting yourself into something that you really didn't know what it was all about. And this is just not for you. You are not for reality TV. Point plain, period. You did all of this to try to get out of Kwame's shadow. And guess what? You're not. And maybe you are, but nobody cares about you. You don't have star quality. You just don't. Like, the only thing I see when I look at you is a Jordan Woods lookalike. A not very good one at that. Like, and I'm not trying to come for you, but you just not for this show. Like, I feel like you're just very boring. You and Alex could be gone for all I care. But I feel like Alex is more so trying to come out of his shell than you are. You in your room. You may bake a couple cookies here and there for everybody, but that's not enough to be on the Summer House reality TV show, ma'am. And the things that you're getting upset with people over, they're not color related. You don't have no personality related. That's what that is. Moving right along. Everyone comes back from the beach and they start grilling and cooking dinner. The oven was on and the smoke alarm went off. So, and Alex was in the process of making some broccoli. So Lindsay says, Alex, your broccoli is burning. And Alex comes in and he's like, no, my broccoli is on the counter. The oven is on, but it's nothing in it. So apparently Maya snuck out of her room for a minute, you know, because that's where she be at the whole time. And she turned the oven on and ain't tell nobody, no damn body. So you don't tell nobody when you turn the oven on. You ain't never really around nobody. So like, why are you here? I don't understand. So then she come downstairs. That's another thing for her to get mad at. Well, I thought I had the oven on. And so Alex is like, yeah, you know, it was smoking or whatever. We didn't know what was going on. So, you know, but are you okay? You good or whatever? Like, here go Alex checking in on her. And she's disregarding him. She's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Woe is me. Pitiful Patty. That's who she is. I'm like, girl, just going on. So Amanda and Kyle are at dinner on their little date, and Kyle says that he feels like he needs to do better with quality time with her. And he says he struggled with getting her a gift because it gives him anxiety. And she says she lets him off the hook every single holiday, every single year. And you know, he can't even remember the last gift that he got her or what holiday it was. And he said he has a hard time wrapping his head around what she wants. And she said she was like, Kyle, I want a dog. We had all these rescue dogs in the house and I really loved it. You know, why don't you understand that that's what I want? And Kyle feels like, you know, he had a damn woe is me moment too, talking about the only reason you want a dog is because the dog is filling the void that I'm not, you know, because I'm not making you happy in your life. Here's the thing, Kyle. If you know that you're not making her happy or you feel like you're not making her happy, then you need to do the damn things to make her freaking happy. Like, I don't understand. These empty-headed men. You know what it takes to make a female happy, or namely the female that you're with, right? But you proceed to not do it and then wonder why they unhappy and making you miserable. Huh? Okay. Happy marriage, Kyle and Amanda, because clearly we know y'all went on and got married, but I don't see how long it's gonna last because y'all two are stupid, both of y'all. Okay, moving right along. Everyone back at the house is eating, and Maya gets up to make cookies. So when she goes in the kitchen to get the cookies, everybody's like, okay, everybody give Amanda a compliment, and then Paige was like, well, Amanda isn't here. Give a compliment to the person sitting across from you at the table. So they start giving each other compliments. Maya comes back out and she's like, oh, what are you guys talking about? Here she go, trying to feel left out again. Bitch, wasn't nobody leaving you out. You went in to get the damn cookies in the oven that you turned on earlier prematurely. Now I guess you turned it on at the right time. Just get the cookies and come on. Damn. Like, I don't understand. Is she going through, like, is her hormones all over the place? Because she is just really being annoying this episode. And I just can't with her. So Maya, Paige, and Sierra are in the room, and Maya is pouty and says, you know, because everybody's getting ready for the club. And she's like, I don't think I want to go. I'm not going to go. It's just taxing to keep trying to fit in with the group. And then she starts crying about no one noticing her and Andrea thinking she's invisible. I'm like, girl, Andrea is not thinking about you. He's trying to pipe Paige, okay? You're just a person around Paige at this point to him. He's not thinking about you. And you're not doing nothing to make yourself relevant. I don't get it. They were just on another show together in Vermont. Paige, Sierra, and Andrea. So yes, he knows them. He don't know you. Nobody in the house knows you. And you haven't done anything for anybody to get to know your whack ass. You're whack. I'm so sorry. You're dry. You're not for reality TV. You should have stayed with Kwame. That's what you should have did. Because that was probably the only interesting thing about you at this point. I'm so sorry. I don't know. So she's crying about nobody noticing her and blah, blah, blah. Woe is me, pitiful Patty. Everybody look at me. I'm sad and I'm black. You know, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this reason that I'm sad is because everyone's treating me like this because I'm black. Now, listen, as a black woman, oh, I've had some experiences with somebody treating me away because I'm black. In this house, that is not why they're treating her like that. They're treating her like that because she's dry. They probably don't feel like she want to be around them. I don't know. This girl really irritates me. So Andrea comes in as she's pouty and crying, pitiful Patty and crying. And he says, then she immediately yells at him and says, "Can you leave out, please? And shut the door behind you, like now." And I'm like, wow, okay, girl, tell him how you really feel. Like, you really pissed off at him because he's just kind of like a casualty of war because of, what he said earlier. So in her confessional, she talks about wanting to tell her friends about her anxiety about being a person of color in the Hamptons, which I can very well understand that, because being in the Hamptons is very, I'm sure, being rich and living the high life is something that's promoted as something only white people and non-people of color can actually have. And then to be in the Hamptons and living the way that y'all are living, I can understand where that can be uncomfortable and sometimes make you feel like, wow, do I deserve this? Am I here? And that's how life has been for a lot of us people of color. We don't really know whether we deserve to be in rooms with certain people or not, which, guess what? Every room that I am in, I deserve to fucking be there. And I'm going to act like I do. And anybody that don't like it, you can kiss my black ass. How about that? Ain't nobody going to be making me. And I don't care about this whole strong black woman persona that they try to put on us. At the end of the day, when you're in a room with people that you know you deserve to be in, you own it and you don't give a fuck about what nobody else thinks about it. And I feel like, Maya, you didn't own this opportunity on this show. You didn't. If I were you and I was on this show, I would be hanging out with everybody. I would be baking my cookies all the time because guess what? Promotion. I would be promoting my skills. Every 5 minutes, they would be asking me to bake something. Because why? They would know that my stuff tastes good. And we know how on these reality TV shows, they don't like to promote people's businesses and whatnot. Kyle got a Loverboy can in everybody's hand in every scene. You bet your damn bottom dollar, I would have had a damn cupcake, a cookie, a s'more, or something in everybody's hand in every fucking scene. You hear me? Y'all that had a dessert, wine, drink of sorts that I've made every night. All of that. I'd have been cooking the meals if you want to be a chef like your boy or whatever. You didn't use this as the proper opportunity to promote yourself, yet you use this as the opportunity to be pitiful and feel sorry for yourself because you thought you was too cool. You think you so cool that everybody's supposed to gravitate to you, and they didn't, because you're not. And that's okay. Everybody don't have that judge. Everybody don't have the charisma needed to grab hold to the room. Okay? You just don't have it, ma'am. You don't have it. So stop blaming everybody else because you dry as fuck. Okay? And it ain't because you black. And that's that on that. If that's anything, being black is the most interesting thing you got going for your damn self. Say that, sister. Yes, because I am so tired of people. Listen. H2O savior, I am so tired of Maya, and I'm so tired of people trying to use stuff to, condemn other people and now listen, I don't like to use the words playing the race card. I don't, because I am a black woman, obviously, but in some situations that's just not the case. It's just not, and that's just being real. Okay. So anyway, Amanda and Paige talk outside, and they talk about Kyle purchasing her a birthday gift to the Bahamas and not having a passport. Then she talks about Paige ends up talking about Andrea and Craig and how she likes the attention from Andrea, but Craig admitted that he really likes her. So before this scene, Paige was actually talking to Sierra, and she was telling her about Craig calling. So her and Craig talked on the phone for about an hour, and Craig was like, she was basically asking him about Kristen Cavallari, and he was like, I ain't really fooling with her because she tried to play me. Like, she tried to act like we wasn't sleeping together, and she gonna say, on Instagram, she basically acting like she don't know them. And he was like, yeah, don't try to play me because we definitely fucked. We definitely were together, and what you're not gonna do is try to treat me like I'm some fan, and I'm lying on because I'm not. Okay. So he basically told Paige, look, I like you. Like, what's up with it? What we going to do about this? Because I'm ready to go on and move forward, and it's up to you. So he's asking her about Andrea because obviously he's jealous. So Paige is at a crossroads. She don't know what to do. So everyone sits on the couch, and Sierra starts the conversation. This is where everybody's sitting down, ready to get packed up and going to go back to the city for the week or whatever to go back to work. So Sierra starts a conversation about how Maya has been having a hard time meshing with the group. And Sierra actually gets overwhelmed with tears herself because she reminisces. Now, if Sierra had an issue, I would probably be more inclined to understand it because she was the only Black woman in not one, but 2 episodes. Okay. But actually there was another Black male on Winter House. Okay. That was Lindsay's love interest and another new person that was introduced. Okay. But anyway, Sierra came in and she meshed right on with the group. Like, I thought she was trifling how she meshed with the group because she came as supposed to be Luke's, love interest, but then she kind of just went on from him, made friends with the girls, and made her own path, which actually I'm proud of her for doing because you got to navigate the waters however you want. If you know you want to be on this show, you got to do what you got to do to be on the show. Luke wasn't going to be her way. She didn't want to be with him, so she went about it in a different way, and now she's been on 3 seasons of this show. Sierra knows how to play the game. Maya, you do not. Okay? So Sierra was basically taken up for her in that moment, and she got emotional because she's like, you guys will never know what it's like to be a person of color in the Hamptons. And, I just feel like, and so, Maya was like, she's having a hard time pretty much navigating the group. And she feels like, she talked about Andrea and how he made her feel or whatever. And Andrea immediately apologized. He was like, I'm so sorry. I just built such a great relationship with Paige and Sierra. And I'm just so used to them, that I came in there, I had coffee for them, and I get it. It was their fucking room, Maya. Why would he bring coffee for you in somebody else's room? Why? I don't get it. But anyway, Luke chimes in and he says, yeah, because it took me 2 years to navigate this group. It was tough for me too. And I'm so glad that Kyle said what he said. He said, with all due respect, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm sure that is a lot different from you being a white male trying to navigate this group versus her experience trying to navigate this group. And I'm so glad that Kyle pointed that out because a lot of times with people, white people in specific, they always try to compare a situation. There is no comparison whatsoever. You could have gone through the same thing, but I guarantee you the same hardship that you went through, you will not come out of it the same as you will not have the same struggles that I will have to come out of that hardship. I already have one thing on my back, and that's my color that I cannot change. And that's just what it is. Okay. So I just feel like I'm so glad that Kyle spoke to that. And I'm so glad that the group overall just seemed very supportive. And Kyle made the comment of saying, listen, we need to have these uncomfortable conversations. If you're uncomfortable, I want to be uncomfortable too. Have the conversation with me. Okay. And I like that they opened the floor for her to actually feel comfortable coming to them when she's feeling some type of way. But let me tell you something, Lil Maya. Don't come to them with some old bullshit. Okay. Because be prepared for them to let you know, like Lindsay did, saying, that was one situation where you couldn't come out with me. Like you don't go anywhere with us. Like, what the hell? Like, I really am on Lindsay's side with that. It's like, yeah, one time I don't let you come out with me and now you pissed. You don't go anywhere with us. Like, hello, I wouldn't know that you were here unless we were like splitting this house and I needed your portion. Like, what the hell? So anyway, y'all, this episode 5 of Summer House really pissed me off, and Miss Maya is not my favorite. I really just want her to go ahead and get on and pack her bags and go bake cookies at somebody else's house, preferably not on my TV. So thank you guys for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that watches this show as well. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.